Hey guys, what's going on? Eric here. Wanted to go live with the video. Three things INFJs are great at doing and how to improve if you are an INFJ. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right into this. Three things INFJs are great at doing. Number one, INFJs are great at knowing how to meet your emotional needs. As someone who's so intuitive, we tend to look at a problem from all angles and recognize what the common trends are. For example, if we are, let's say I'm dating someone and I'm not a woman, I don't know how a woman thinks. Yeah, I can study it. I can recognize the patterns. I can say, okay, she probably thinks this because of this. She's asking me if I want to do something because she's trying to hint that she wants me to do it. And because she's not telling me directly, that means she's making the conscious choice not to. And therefore, she expects me to know what she wants without her ever having to tell me what she wants me to do. She wants me to just do it because I love her. All right, it's all because she wants me to do something, and that's why she's asking me and hinting politely. She wants me to learn. She's being patient with me, and therefore she wants me to learn what she needs. That was a lot. So for those of you who are like, oh man, men will never understand me, it's possible. It's very, very possible. It just, God, it's harder for some to learn than others because, quite frankly, we're just not good at reading between the lines. But INFJs are. So, getting back on track. We're great at knowing what your emotional needs are. I think I kind of gave a perfect example just now. And how to improve. Pay very close attention to the words someone chooses to use and the intonation of their voice and their body language. Yes, I realize you do this without thinking, but when I say pay careful attention to their words, your intuition's already picking up on these things. You have to become aware of that gut feeling that's telling you something. You kind of get a sense. You don't fully understand it word for word. You just kind of feel like you kind of sort of understand what they need, and really dig into that. It's going to feel very tiring. You're really working your mind. Take the time, think it out, try to figure out the connections, and as time goes on, it'll become second nature to you. And focus on the words someone chooses to use. For example, if someone is upset and you think, and maybe it's just in a text message, they send you a text message, they say, I just wish you would listen to me more. Hey, they could have said, I wish you would listen to me more, or I need you to listen to me more. But they made the conscious choice to say, I just wish you would. I just wish you would versus I wish you would. Completely different emotional state. Using the term I just wish expresses they're very frustrated. Read into their emotions by the words they choose to use. I wish you would listen to me more. Clearly, I'm upset, but I'm not frustrated to the point where I can't express my frustration. Saying, I just wish you would listen is in the intonation of their voice. You can hear my frustration. And that's whenever you start reading into it, okay, I need to see their body language. What led up to this? When did they start getting upset? When did I start noticing in the tone of their voice that frustration that I'm hearing now? And your intuition will begin connecting the dots. Number two, second thing INFJs are great. Number one, we're great at knowing how to meet your emotional needs. Number two, INFJs are great at knowing what's bothering you without you having to tell us. Because we read body language so often, we can say, hey, what's wrong? And we can tell something's wrong, and you'll say nothing. Whenever you say nothing, you can't lie and not give off body language cues. That's why whenever you lie to an INFJ, we know you're lying. You can't hide it. It's just proven. You can't. You always show some kind of subtlety unless you're a sociopath or psychopath, in which case your conscience is so scarred you feel no remorse for lying. It's second nature to you. Or if you're a narcissist. Although even narcissists kind of give off some body language. I'm getting off track. So when you say nothing, or you say nothing's wrong, you can't look us in the eye and say it. We know you're lying to us. Or I should say, we know you're not being honest, 100% honest. Maybe it's nothing to you, but to us it's something. And that means our FE will be engaged, because we know it's important to us, it matters to us. So we can read you a lot better when we do this. We want to get out of our own heads and share our heart with you. So if I say, what's going on? Nothing. I notice the patterns speak, Eric. Sorry. I notice the way your eyes move. instead of looking straight at the ground, you're kind of turning your head and blinking more frequently. Then you let out a sigh, and then I'm like, oh, they sighed after blinking 5 times very quickly and shaking their head like this. That means that it's personal conflict related to frustration. So right then and there. So I kind of answered 2 questions in one. How we are good at knowing what's bothering you. We may not know the exact specific details, but we can narrow it down pretty well. It's family, isn't it? Something happened with Josh. Come on, tell me about it. Talk to me, girl. What happened? We're very good at knowing what area of conflict is upsetting you. And I kind of already told you, how can you get better at this? Pay careful attention when you're trying to console someone, when you're trying to talk to them and listen to them. Pay very careful attention before and after they speak to their body language, and that will tell you everything that they're not saying. The third thing INFJs are great at doing. They are great at knowing who feels left out in a crowd. We are not extroverts. We don't like to socialize with a bunch of different people. But in a crowd, we can pick out the person who feels most lost, or one of the people in a crowd who feels like they're just not fitting in. Maybe they're an introvert, or maybe they're just someone with a lot of personal pain. And we can see that. We can glance through a whole crowd, and we're just reading body language. We're not mind readers, we're body language readers. That's what really defines an INFJ. There's all these videos. INFJs are intuitive people. It's like an NI superpower. Just call it what it is. We love people so much. We naturally read their body language because we care about your heart. We care about what's going on with you. We care about your emotions. We care about how you feel and what you're thinking. And we care about your thoughts and your dreams so much that before we ever speak to you, we're already learning about you because we want to be able to connect with you. We want to understand you, and we're good at it because it's natural to us. Because we love people so much, it's natural to us. Just call it what it is. We're body language readers. Simplify it. Keep things. Don't make things super spiritual. Just meet people where they're at. Let's just be honest. We're all humans. We all have strengths. We all have weaknesses. And an INFJ is just good at reading body language. It's what sets us apart. And intuition just recognizes patterns and events. We care about people so much, we're just natural body language readers. And that's what makes us INFJs so good at knowing what bothers someone. And we can look through a crowd in a cafeteria, and we can look at the next 5 people in front of us, standing in a line. And we're pretty good at telling the moment something's bothering someone, we can pick it out. So when I was in high school, I would look around the cafeteria and find the person who felt most isolated and left out. And that's how I met Brandon, one of my friends. I saw him sitting at the cafeteria, trying to connect with other people. He was looking for a place to sit, and I could see him looking at everyone else. He didn't stop and look at his food for a moment. He was just looking at them and smiling and trying to get involved. And I'm thinking, the guy just wants friends. He just wants to connect with people. So the third thing an INFJ is great at doing is picking someone out from the crowd and knowing if they're someone who's who personally feels isolated or something's bothering them. And it's a really useful tool whenever we're trying to find someone to help. There are times where I just want to help someone. I just feel like it. I just feel like talking to someone and being their friend, and loving them, and just showing the love of Jesus to them, just caring about them. And there was a time I went to the coffee store, and I sat down and I said, "I'll buy you a drink if you tell me your story." And it was awesome. But yeah, there are times I just want to minister to people. Nothing spiritual about it. I just feel like loving someone. It's in my nature. So that's a list of 3 things INFJs are great at doing. And there's not really a how to do the third one well. There's, I guess there is. Practice looking. When you're on a night stroll or you're walking during the day and riding your bike, practice just looking at people. Size them up and move on. Your intuition will pick up their body language. Over the course of time, you'll recognize it. You'll recognize what's going on with them emotionally. So take some time to watch people, watch them in their videos, listen to them, find a video with someone who's raging, and take the time to size up their calmness. At 5 minutes in the video, they're getting agitated. As time goes on, they're yelling. All right, cool, I got what I need. Next time you see someone mimicking the same patterns, you'll recognize it. You'll know, okay, when I shouldn't talk, about what's upsetting them because it's just going to make them more upset. You don't know how you know. You just know that person's has a personality who's quick to get angry, and they're easily agitated. I don't want to get on their bad side. I'll just encourage them. Hey, nice job. It's okay. You know what I mean? So that's a list of 3 things INFJs are great at doing and 3 ways to improve. Let me know what you want to talk about next in the comments, and please feel free to ask for my contact info if you want to do a video with me. You can have a questionnaire ready, or we can do a video together about a specific topic of your choosing. Thanks. Have a great day.